I'm laying in bed. You can see what the time is. And I just can't understand why people hate me. Everyone lies. Everyone says everyone else is helping me. I've got my MP and my councillor blocking my emails. Hello, baby. And I really don't know. I haven't felt this bad since I was at school being bullied. I don't know. Life is just crap for me. Because I'm by myself, I have no one for support. I can't leave my flat because all the other flats have got multiple occupancy. So that's several people that would lie against me. I've been through this before. I can't do it again. Surrounded by liars. Liars and racists. I'm hemmed in by the two of them. I really don't know. I really don't know what to do. My single point of contact is an adjustment, apparently, a reasonable adjustment. But I'm sure the reasonable adjustments are supposed to be discussed with the person that needs the adjustments made. They're not supposed to be adjustments for the council. They're supposed to be for the benefit of the disabled person. No one discussed the single point of contact with me. No one followed through the unreasonable behaviour policy with me. I am so fucking confused. Is it a reasonable adjustment, which I never asked for, and reasonable for whom? Or is it only available under the unreasonable behaviour policy? In which case it hasn't been applied and the council are in breach. No one in a year has explained this. They've given excuses, but they haven't explained where they're getting the power to remove my rights from. My human rights and my protected rights under the Equality Act. I just want an explanation. It's a bit too fucking far down the road to have an explanation suddenly thrust on me now. Because then that generates another question as to why you didn't explain it a year ago. This is what I said a year ago. The more you leave it, the more complaints there will be. Because if you don't answer the question straight away, but you do eventually, then I'll put a complaint in about you not answering the question straight away. What would be the reason behind that? It'll be complaint after complaint after complaint. Until someone actually treats me with respect. And treats me with honesty. I don't get very much honesty around here. Everyone's a fucking liar. Ian Duncan Smith, Councillor Dore, Housing are racists and liars. No one wants to fucking believe a word I say. They just want to block me. How is it right that public officials, elected public officials, can block their constituents? I thought we all had a right to access. Ian Duncan Smith has blocked me off Facebook. He's blocked my email. I even have to deprivatise my phone in order for him to pick up. Well, privatise my phone, not deprivatise. I know they're blocking my number because Barker and Dagenham did the same. And the only reason I'm behaving like this is because no one will give me a straight answer. That's all I've ever wanted. A straight, honest, explained answer. Telling me this is what we're going to do, Mr. Gibbons, and not answering the question, well, why, is not an answer to me. It's a response. That's how I classify things. If you fully answer the question, it's an answer. If you just respond to the question without answering it, it's a response. It's quite simple. It's English. I know it's not everyone's chosen fucking language nowadays. And I seem to be in the minority of people that know how to use the English language correctly. But I use the English language well and correctly. And woe-betide people that use it inappropriately or inaccurately, I will correct you. I don't want to. I'd rather you thought about your replies and gave me a detailed, accurate reply. But I am not putting up. I went through schooling in this country to learn the English language, and I'm not going to put up with anyone giving me any less correct grammar or use of English than I have, especially where they're in managerial positions. I would expect them to have superior, at least the same level, but I would expect superior English usage from them. You know, road sweepers and caretakers and things like that may be the same level, but anyone in a public facing job, the same as me. If you've got less use of English language and you don't understand the question, that's not my problem. It's yours. And I would question how you got your job in the first place. Was it through friends of friends? Was it because you got the same skin colour? Do you know people's family? There's a lot of that going on. The only good thing that's come out today, thanks to Sasha, is I got my thermal paste through and my air gun, or my air canister, and my laptop is running so quiet now. Since the thermal paste was like chewing gum on this thing. I almost had to scrape it off. Both the heatsink, which is aluminium, so it's a good job it didn't go for the liquid metal, and the processor and GPU. The GPU is separate. You actually have two separate blocks on this, so that's why it actually deals with video quite well now. But I really don't know what to do. I'm going round in circles. I even tried the environmental agency today, but they told me exactly what I expected. You need to complain to the local authority, where the environmental waste is their remit. But no one seems to care that the local authority's environmental team have been incommunicado since April last year, where they've had their phones on a permanent forward to customer services. How do you talk to environmental waste? People with autism need to talk to people. I've sent emails and they've been ignored. I still send emails and they get ignored. That's why I need to talk to people, because I can't trust that emails will be actioned or even received. So come on, I've got an explanation for everything that I do. You might not like the explanation, but it is an explanation and it's honest. No one's actually told me anything. In the last year, no one's told me a thing. They've told me how they're going to treat me. They haven't told me why. I just get told things. No one talks with me to discuss things. I'm getting so fed up. I'm so angry and so tired of fighting. I'm not asking for much, just people to carry out what they're contractually obliged to. But when the housing manager, Junad Uddin, tells me on the phone 3 months ago they're not going to enforce the fire laws where it comes down to stairwells. Oh, right. So if they're not enforcing fire regulations, they're not enforcing tenancy agreements fairly. What else aren't they enforcing? No one cares. I mean, literally, no one cares. Like I've been saying for a year now, when it gets to the local authority, no one does anything. I've complained to MPs and they've got these rules that you have to complain to your own. Well, who do you complain to when your own MP isn't doing their job and he's blocking you? He's blocking me because I raise reasonable issues that he doesn't want to deal with. I've got mental health issues, but it's not a mental health problem. My mental health issues are related to local government, Waltham Forest Council, not doing what they said they would. They promised to do things and they reneged on their promises. Time and time again. Full of liars. There is no one in Waltham Forest Council I can trust. I have put complaints in about not receiving emails and I'm not getting any complaints logged again. We're back to that old one. And even when they do log a complaint, I don't know which ones they've logged. Because they just give me a fucking number. They don't tell you which complaint it was. Oh, your complaint has been logged under CU 6932131. I don't fucking know what that relates to. If you put 3 complaints in and you get 1 reference number back, what does it relate to? In fact, if you put 3 complaints in and you get 3 reference numbers back, which reference number relates to which complaint? Rumana Akhtar was queried about this 4 or 5 months ago in a housing forum, and she said that no one would be forced to use the online system. Really? Well, how does that work out then? I've asked for that evidence for various reasons and they're refusing to give it to me under the FOI, even though it was cleared with all the participants by email and at the start of the meeting. Can't get it. They don't like being caught out, Waltham Forest Council. None of the councils do, quite honestly. I worked for Wandsworth and they were all right if people said, well, this is wrong. I don't know why they were different. But Wandsworth Council actually, they weren't happy with getting, feedback saying they were wrong. But they would look into it, they'd investigate it. If the policy was wrong, they'd change the policy and they'd apologise for it. That's all you expect. But other councils just, well, this is what we've decided, this is what we're going to do. They don't care whether it's illegal. They don't care whether it's infringing your rights. And yet, what are the legal departments paid for? If they're not clarifying whether it's paid, whether it's actually lawful or not. I can't do this on my own, but I've got absolutely no support. All I've got is Mary to talk to. I don't know. I've had no acknowledgements back from NHS England or no, tell a lie. I got an email back from NHS England when I sent it. They got an auto response, but I don't believe I've got a response back from NELF yet. I haven't got anyone from the police calling me. So my hate crime that I've reported has still gone uninvestigated. The boys are all in here. I don't know where Merlin's gone. He was asleep in the corner a moment ago, but he's gone. He's probably gone back into the bedroom. I don't know. If you've got any ideas, please let me know, because I'm fucking fed up now. I really don't know what to do. I've lost count of how much rubbish I've got in that bathroom now. And this is only after about 5 weeks. I'm too afraid to actually order any food because I can't get rid of rubbish. It's down to that bad now. And everyone thinks it's my fault. I'm too scared to even step over the threshold of my own door. And yet it's my fault, because I'm afraid of everyone, because they all have a go at me. How is it my fault? I'm being bullied, but it's my fault for being bullied. I really don't understand. I don't know. Anyway, I suppose I better leave it for now and try and get some sleep. My head is spinning so fast. I really don't know.